My name is Kate Kuravackal and I teach at Meeker Middle School. So I come from a long line of educators. I have a grandmother who taught many state representatives, and my aunt was a teacher. My mom was a teacher and a librarian actually in Tacoma for a long time at Stadium High School. So it was sort of in my blood. I also had some pretty phenomenal English and Spanish teachers as I went along, and they inspired me to be able to be someone who could draw out students and teach them, you know, just different ways to communicate, get them equipped for speaking in many different languages in the world. That changes frequently because they are changing frequently, but I would say anything that puts in the hands of my students what they need to understand more Spanish and to see that Spanish is out there. So switching their Facebook to Spanish or being able to text in Spanish. Anything that's on their phones is with them all the time. So whether that's using Duolingo, using Lingly, a few apps that help them build their vocabulary, or just teaching them wordreference.com, there's a dictionary at your fingertips all of the time. I'd rather have them use the tech that they already have and see how in real life, if they're at the grocery store and people are talking and they want to be able to say something to them or someone needs help, they have what they need already and they can sort of Tarzan it out if they need to. It may not be perfect, but they're communicators in another language already. The best lesson that I've learned from students is that their lives are pretty rich already. Some of them struggle a lot. Just coming to school is a big deal, and so me asking them to do something that might be kind of scary, to get out of their comfort zone, they might look silly, they might trip up on their words, just to be careful with their hearts and teach them how to care for one another well.
Today I'm going to tell you a little bit about my Spanish class. Oh yeah. We use things like the smartboard or the computer on wheels, the cow.
We learn Spanish the easiest by the technology we use, I think, because our class prefers to use the technology because that's more in our era and our generation, so I think we're more comfortable with using technology.
Mrs. Kuravackal is my teacher and she uses really cool technology. It's like the smartboard. We will, during this thing called Vida Loca, which are a series of videos that help people learn Spanish, we'll actually go up there and write words or vocabulary, study them on the board. It's very active and it really helps in engaging and learning. The activities and the technology, because we get to move around, and then when we also participate in things with technology like pen pals or the smartboard, it helps you to memorize easier.
We use a lot of technology in my Spanish class. We mostly use our smartboard for technology, or on our online site called Swift. Like if we're not at school, then we'll use that to get the homework or other documents or images. We get to use the cow a lot whenever we do programs such as Hour of Code, which shows us how to program certain things on the computer.
We did the Hour of Code and we did it all in Spanish.
We use interactive websites like Vida Loca.
It's a lot of fun using the smartboard. It's kind of like a new perspective on learning, and it makes it a lot easier than having to write everything on the board or having to do it the old-fashioned way. This is like the new fashioned way.